Okay, let's review and approve the minutes of the meeting of December 14th. Are there any additions, corrections, deletions? No? Hearing none, do I hear a motion?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, resident and citizen participation. There's a number of residents and citizens here. Anybody have anything to say?
I would like to say that I'm very happy with the sliding doors. The only problem that we're gonna deal with, they're working on, is getting the power chairs. It's okay to get the power chairs in the balcony, but getting back into the building, they're working on some way of getting the power chair, be able to get back. Because right now, all they were concerned is getting us on the patio in case of a fire. But we
Which
don't.
is important.
That's, yeah, but what if we want to go out there and leisure out there, we can't do it in a power chair. So,
Well, I know they're working on that. 'Cause there is
yeah,
a
they
number
are
here
working on that,
for
but the doors are nice otherwise.
Any more citizen participation?
And when are they gonna replace that other air conditioner? Because that one's not working well.
Which one?
The one that's behind us in the back. This one is good, but that one isn't working well. I'm in the community room, 7 o'clock meeting. Housing's got a meeting. Housing's got a meeting. Are you coming down? Okay. And you- Bye.
Okay, moving along to business of resident interest, the staff reports review. Property managers. This is my first time doing this. If I'm supposed to be
You're
doing
doing
something,
great.
somebody nudge me here.
You're doing great.
Ooh, you're right in there, Tom. There, you'll be fine.
I think Mary is going to report on why our collections in family housing are so low.
Well,
Is that correct?
why, yes.
Yes.
Of course. Collections are always low at this time of year because of Christmas and all the holidays. They're especially low this year because we had one or two people at each of Moore and Ledgewood who had relatively high-paying jobs, so they were paying fairly high, and they lost their jobs and did not report it timely. So if you don't report loss of a job, your back due rent builds up really fast. They've since started working again, so they'll be paying off the back debt. But that's a chunk of it. But the property managers are working away at collections.
Thank you.
Any more? Program managers? We've got the FSS. I have a real problem with acronyms. I'm getting blasted with acronyms everywhere. FSS, correct me if I'm wrong, Family Self-Sufficiency.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Do I summarize this, or do we just pass over?
No, just, if people have questions, having read it, we're happy to address them. If not, we'll just continue on.
What is this about Members First Credit Union? I noticed in the FSS report.
They,
The employees collected some money and the company matched it,
yep, they did a toy giveaway.
so it's for the kids,
Yep.
not for Christmas.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was really great. And they are a relatively They are the newest member of the PCC,
The
which is.
Program Coordinating Committee.
Oh,
Sounds like
Another
something
act
from the
there.
60s,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
that's, so, yeah.
There ought to be an app, where you can plug in the acronym on your phone and tell you
Yeah,
what it
Great
is.
idea.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, that would be an app for that, right?
Yeah. Okay, the Resident Services Monthly Report. They also mentioned the members first.
Yeah, they worked with FSS and members first to do the program, so.
I won't summarize it, but it looks like it's moving along well.
Yes, we're happy to have Lorelei back.
Yeah,
That
she's
is for
feeling
sure.
okay now, huh?
Yes,
Good, very good to hear
yes.
that.
Yeah, we're very happy.
And they put out this little
Yeah.
newsletter here, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, it is,
Okay, and the next one will be SASH.
yeah. Interesting, they did a little 5-year retrospective and have some very interesting statistics. With respect to SASH, we got a notice that HUD multifamily, which RCC qualifies, Red Clover Commons qualifies for, has put out a request for proposals for it's a pot of $15 million to basically establish SASH programs all over the country.
Very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So this is
we're,
a pilot program for Vermont and a pilot program for
well,
us.
now it's a pilot, national
Oh,
pilot
good.
program.
This is a good idea.
So we're actually going to see if it is possible for us to apply for Red Clover Commons to guarantee funding for the next 3 years.
Worth a try.
That's what I'd say.
And here's their newsletter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had a little party here last week and I missed it.
Aw.
A little party, that's just what they called it. Now this one here, new health programs for the elderly. This is
This
a
is,
report that's from a newspaper or something?
this is from, yeah, I thought that it was going to tell you where it was from, but this is actually from the Wall Street Journal.
Oh,
And on page 1, 2, 3, and we put it in red, they talk about, basically the first page and a half is all about the programs that are not working and how sort of, inconsequential this program has been. And then you get down to here and it says, what a great job this little program in Vermont is doing. And this is one of our residents that they are talking
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So it's been a success in Brattleboro, Vermont.
yes.
Very good.
Yes. So that was really great.
The next one is HCV, another acronym. This is Housing Choice Vouchers.
Yes.
You're getting good, Tom.
Yeah, you've been doing
Well,
this,
it's
huh?
written down here, so.
Always enough.
Housing Choice, Shelter Plus Care and Transitions to Housing, and they all look like they've been successful this month.
Yeah. And then David included his quarterly transitions
Quarterly
program.
reports.
Quarterly report, which was very good. That program is really developing some good data because we've had it for about 5 years. 6, 7, 8 years. Yeah.
Is there any more to review about this report? It's about 12 pages. Nothing more?
Oh, no, sorry. Sorry.
Moving right along, property redevelopment manager. This will answer your question here, that we're waiting for pricing for the fabrication of a device that will bridge the door sill and also allow free operation of the doors. That seems to be the problem.
Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
put a ramp there, but then it gets in the way of the doors running.
Right.
So-
Crush the doors.
But we have a solution. I was just trying to find out how much it costs and how we're gonna pay for it,
Right,
Yeah.
whatever.
right.
But we're making progress.
And I have told Jack that when they do find somebody to make it, we should get a patent on it. Because there are no doors of this type that are accessible to people in the scooter chairs.
That's a very interesting point.
He said, Jack, patent that, be a puppy.
Yeah, why not?
We're not the only one who needs it.
Why not?
And it was actually created by David Dearborn, our maintenance.
Yep.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, David figured it out.
I seen somebody that has one, and it looks
Yeah.
good. Yep.
You've seen a prototype.
Yeah.
He made one.
Yeah,
I've
he
seen
made
it.
She
one.
made one and
He already
it
made
worked.
one.
And now we're trying to get them made.
Good,
and- yeah,
excellent.
He already made one for somebody, and it's nice.
Mhm.
They can get their chair over it and back in.
So we just have to find somebody to make more of
Many
them.
of
Yeah.
Then.
Maybe you could
get
talk the maintenance man into it.
Patent it and sell it.
Yeah.
I'll definitely patent it, and you'll be rich.
Okay.
Housing will be rich.
Housing will be rich.
Yeah.
We'll give him a little fee, but we'll be rich.
Now for the piece that
Right.
was just done, Chris, bring us up to date on Red Clover.
Well, Red Clover, if you've been there, you can see they are actually starting on the second floor.
Every time I go by
Yeah.
there, it looks like they made some progress.
Yeah.
And the weather has been very cooperative.
Very.
Yes.
They have the piece along the road that needs to be framed out, but that's ready to be framed. I
Yeah,
think it's just
yeah.
the way they're choosing to do
Yeah.
the construction. So it's really coming along very, very well, and Jack has spent the last 2 weeks, about 2 or 3 days, in meetings on all of the details of putting this thing together, so.
Somewhere in here I read that we're kind of hoping to have it occupied by November.
Yes,
By when?
November of this year.
November?
End of November.
End of November.
Well,
We-
okay. Thanksgiving?
Well, but I'd like to have everybody in before by
Yeah,
Thanksgiving,
yeah.
that would be great.
It looks like
That'd
we're
be
well
really
on,
great.
we're on
So
track.
we might be able to do it,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. So,
I have a
Question from the
question
audience
on
here.
Red Clover.
uh-huh,
I know that I can't transfer over there,
that's right.
because you're using it for Melrose people to get out of the flood zone.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible, just a possibility, if somebody who's handicapped that don't want to move there and rather be in the high-rise can switch a handicap apartment to that? If somebody doesn't want to be there and they want to rather be in the
No, we're not gonna do that, Liz.
You're not gonna do
We're not
that?
gonna, no, we're
No.
not gonna get into people, you
No.
know, trading apartments and fooling around like that, that just.
All right. Eventually,
No.
there'll be a waiting list then, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
I want to be on top of that waiting list.
Well, the waiting list will always give priority
Yeah.
to anybody that is still at Melrose Terrace.
Yeah, they're first.
But even after it's occupied, because there'll be 25 people that will be left at Melrose.
Yeah, when they leave, then they'll be left at the Melrose goes in.
Then,
Right.
well, they may not, we don't know where they're gonna go yet.
Yeah.
But, so Red Clover is Melrose first for all of Melrose, and then it'll go to people on the waiting list.
Yeah,
And
But
that.
that might be years, I know.
Yeah, and it won't, if you're in public housing, you won't have a preference to go to Red Clover, because it's not public housing anymore.
But what if you want to go anyway?
But then you can put your name on the waiting list.
You're just in line with everybody else.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's not like transferring, and that's another reason we wouldn't do this swapping
Oh, I
business,
see.
because it's not public housing.
Okay. But I would want to transfer. Well, anyways, I'll have to wait for years.
You'll probably be dead
I'm not gonna be dead until it's ready.
I saw this interesting
Okay.
about energy, the possibility of heat pump installation for Sam Elliott or Leslie.
Yeah, yep, Jack is working on it.
What do you mean a heat pump?
It's a new, kind of a new type of generating heat electrically. Okay, even though it's cold out, there's actually heat in that air. Sounds counterintuitive, but, and there's ways of extracting that heat, sort of like a refrigerator does. And sort of like a refrigerator working backwards. But they can get heat out of cold air and put it in a house, and it's a relatively inexpensive way to heat a house.
You are gonna experiment first, aren't you?
Oh, we're
No,
using
this-
them,
oh, yeah.
they're used all over the place.
Oh, they are?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
This-
oh, yeah. No,
Oh.
they're not,
It's a biggie.
they're not.
Almost
new.
every new house being built right now in Vermont is, if they're not using heat pumps, they're looking very seriously at it.
And it's a lot better than what we have, right?
Oh, much
Oh,
better.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, much, yeah. And I think that the funds, he says 270, I think that's supposed to be a comma, 275,000.
Yeah.
No.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
was like,
even
"Is that
catch
per
that.
unit?"
yeah.
And I looked at it,
I didn't
no,
catch that,
that's-
you got good eyes.
So right now, Jack is talking with them. There's some things that we have to find out about, are they going to want us to put debt on the property? If so, that may be a problem for the near future. And, what's the other question? Debt and, we want to make sure that Commons Energy has, because we do have to enter into an energy services contract with them.
Mhm.
We have to make sure that Commons Energy has a bid waiver from HUD, or we have to go through the whole bid process if they don't.
Okay.
They think they do, but we want them to assure us that
Gotta
they do.
dot the i's and cross the t's.
Yeah, because one time we asked, and the person that was representing them said, well, of course we do. And I said, no, do you really? And they said, well, what is it? And I said, then you really don't have it. Because if you really had it, you would know it. So there's a few things, but it would be very exciting. We can do it.
Unfortunately, we don't have any photos to show you tonight.
We don't, not yet.
You know, we get a little bus set up with all the photos on the
I
picture running around
know.
town.
I know, yes, we should. And I couldn't remember whether this had come in last time or has come in since your last meeting, but we did receive our affordable housing program funding.
That's the next question I was gonna
Yes.
ask. I thought I saw a memo that we got it.
Yes, we did
A
get
little
it.
applause.
Yeah, we got it, so.
And is there anything you could tell us about community planning for the future of Melrose?
Yeah, we went back to the water engineers and had them do some more analysis. And right now, Housing Vermont is talking with them, with the water resources people for the state of Vermont, and I think they had a couple other people on their list. And they are in the throes of like 7 applications for funding, so they won't be able to get back to us until early February
Mhm.
with the answers to their questions about Melrose, so.
Yeah, they have to pretty
Still-
much pass on everything before.
Well, we have to go back to the state water
Yeah.
people now and see if in fact we did tear down those buildings that are actually in the floodway and we excavated out. And we're not gonna put up a wall or do that kind of stuff, but if we just did that, would it widen the stream enough so that in effect the back part of Melrose that's on the road in the back,
Mhm.
where our garage is,
Where it really got flooded.
actually, yes, where that base flood elevation was changed
Uh-huh.
because we've made so much space
Yeah.
over here. So that's what we have to go and talk to them about.
Make it harder for the river to rechannel itself if it decides
It would.
to. Yeah.
Well, if we took out that one building, it would also, the building right up at the top, that's the building that we think caused the water to go over the bank so much.
Mhm.
Because there was, if you remember, there was a huge tree that was impaled into that building. And that caused a dam
Mhm.
on the brook, and that's why it went
Mhm.
so, with so much force down that other side of Melrose.
Which
So
we
we're
never
thinking-
anticipated.
No. So one of the theories is if we take out that building,
Yeah.
and then we excavate out there, will we then remove one of the biggest aspects of damming up there? And will we cause there to be enough space for the water at that velocity to just keep going? So, all very technical. I've just gone way past my expertise on the whole thing.
Well, I know they
But it
got,
sounded good.
they've got some experts that can look at
They
this
do.
thing and,
So we're working on it.
okay.
And we're about to put in our application to HUD for the project-based vouchers and the tenant protection vouchers for Red Clover. So hopefully that will be able to go in by the end of this week. HUD and I are working on it.
Okay. Okay, now this is we've run out of the regular stuff here. We've got a work session, old, new, and other business.
Yeah,
Is the financial review the first item on that?
it is, and that's the green.
And we got a monthly checklist. Hold on. I notice, as always, the biggest checks to be read at the Green Mountain Power.
They love us.
So this
Yeah,
idea
yes, I bet they
of
do.
saving money on heat, I think, you know, it's interesting because Green Mountain Power is very supportive of this kind of stuff. So we might be in a good position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else on the monthly checklisting here? I guess not. It's routine. And we got a check signing situation here. We've repeated the same number, the same people who signed the checks last month.
We
So,
did?
yeah, it's the same group. We got December in here.
Oh, I did take December out. Oh, yes.
Well, if we consider,
That must put you at May,
I
huh?
was just gonna say that, if we consider the same rotation, then I'm on top of the list. And
All
I'll be May.
right. You're in May. That's why I did it. There was a method to my madness.
Absolutely. Okay, and I guess now review and adopt the mission, values, and goals for Brattleboro Housing Partnership as presented in the town annual report. Is that the same as this?
That is it.
Pretty much it.
This is what will be in the town's annual
town
report
report
that's distributed
for
to
town
town
meeting.
meeting. Yes.
Is there a way to get these to any of our tenants that want them?
Sure, sure. We can just ask for it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So what we did was a little different this year. We of course recognized Marshall for getting the Tom Yon Award, a little bit on Red Clover, a little bit on board changes, and then use this as a way to publicize the results of our strategic planning.
Okay, yes.
So that's,
yeah.
and, you know, the little bit about what we do and our developments is the same, but I
There
thought
are a
this-
couple of pictures of Red Clover in the back of this.
There are. yeah.
Maybe I'll hang this up on a bulletin board somewhere downstairs so you guys can look at it.
Yeah. I'll try to, I'll ask Jack if he can get some good ones to send around, but, yeah.
I'm running out of stuff here.
So if you, I would like you, if you don't mind, to, if you agree with the mission, values, and goals as presented, if you could just make a motion to adopt those as our 5-year mission, values, and goals.
I'll
Great.
entertain a motion. To review and adopt the mission, value, and goals for BHP as presented in the town annual report and visualized right here. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mission-
Okay,
Motion passed.
thank you.
Any other business?
None.
Do I hear a motion?
say something.
Oh, Bill, you always do it. There we go. Bill Bedard. Pat, you want to second it?
I'll second it.
All right. There we go.
All in favor signify by leaving.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Excellent.
All right, time